Hey guys, Nick here, and we're doing a review of the Razer Junglecat today. That is the new Bluetooth controller from Razer. It just came out. It is compatible with the Razer Phone 2, the Note 9, and the S10 Plus. If you have one of those Android phones, you get a case with it that mounts right on. Makes it really nice. If you do not have one of those phones, it is still Bluetooth compatible with all of them. You just have to use it in controller mode here. Cool thing about it is they do slide off up and down just like a switch, and then you can slide them onto your phone case and it snaps right on. Now you don't have to use both, you can just use one hand at a time, but I've had some issues with that, so let's get into some of the details about this Razer Cat. Number one, the quality. Build quality on this is good. Feels pretty premium. The case is really nice. I wish that the case snapped the phone in a little bit more. The phone really just slides in and kind of is held in by some pressure more than a positive connection or a snap. So that's a little disappointing. The controllers are great. Thumbsticks feel really good. They're similar style to a lot of other Bluetooth controllers, but the quality is much better. I'll show you guys a couple of videos a little bit later on about the dead zones, things like that, sensitivity. The buttons are a little bit different. I'm going to put this up to the microphone. Maybe you can hear that click there. That's what these buttons sound like. Every single one of them. The triggers at the top, the D-pad, start button, they all have that click to them. More like a mouse button than a controller button that you may be used to. So that's a little bit different. But other than that, the controllers slide onto the case really easily. And they do kind of fit like a Nintendo Switch would. You can see them right here. Now it's cool, you pair one of them to the device, then the other one automatically pairs to the other controller. So you never have to worry about pairing both devices or the phone not recognizing one of them, anything like that. Makes it really nice. So that brings me to the next piece on the script here, connectivity. It's great. You flip these things on and they connect instantly. There's no issues with it. We can do a quick little demo right here. There's two power switches, one for each side. You'll notice that when they go green, they are connected to the phone. So there it goes. There's the first one. There's the second one. It's ready to go. I don't know, pushing the buttons. So you can see the buttons pop up everything already. So we are good there. The gaming experience. Gaming experience is the one that kind of was the most impressive and the worst at the same time. The Razer app that comes with it does not support any sort of flash play or control mapping to the touchscreen. So anytime you use the controller, it does have to be a game that supports a controller. For most of my testing, I used Fortnite. In the videos, you will see that as well. I'm very bad at Fortnite, so it was an experience for me. I also played Real Racing 3 a little bit and Modern Combat 5, if you've heard of that game. And they both work just fine with it as well. But Fortnite was the one that I got the videos with, so you'll see some of those. The joysticks are great. Very small dead zone, really sensitive. I love the feel of it. However, one of the issues is the ergonomics. You can see here that it's really tough for me to jump down and press the A button to jump when you're using the right stick. That was really just a turn off for me. I really wish the stick was bottom on one side and top on the other. Other than that, though, everything was pretty good. The device is really slim. So there's no getting two fingers up on the triggers and the bumpers. You're just stuck with it the way it is. Don't anticipate being able to use your index and your middle fingers to touch that. It's just going to have to be that way. Comparatively, though, the next close competitor that I own is the Red Knight from iPega, the 9087S. It's an expandable one, so the phone fits into that pretty easily and then connects. Now that controller does support touch controllers or touch mapping, unlike the Razer controller. I did not use any touch mapping for this. I find the touch mapping on the controllers pretty rough, and it's just not as good. So you can see here the dead zones are a lot bigger on the 9087S, so the gameplay really isn't as enjoyable. So I'd recommend the Junglecat for sure in that scenario. However, there is an alternative. If you play a lot of shooters, you may want to look at this Wasp 2. You can see it on the screen here. It's a single one-handed controller. I thought that Razer was going to offer some touch mapping with their software. They do not. I was really planning on using one-handed because I love the Wasp 2, but I loved the idea of that slide-on snap controller, so that's why I went with that controller. However, it just didn't work out that way, so that's unfortunate. Now, if you are into emulators, this is a great product for you guys. The controller map's perfect. You can see me playing a couple of Game Boy games here, and then a little bit of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, which is one of the best games of all time as far as I'm concerned. So you can see it plays them just fine. All the controls are recognized. Now, when you're using an emulator, if you're using a D-pad, it works really well. However, if you're not using the D-pad and you have to use the sticks, that's when the ergonomics thing is going to come back in with the button layout being below the joystick rather than above. In conclusion, honestly, it's a quality product. I'll give Razer that. But I just don't think it has a place in the marketplace right now. Unless you are a hardcore emulator gamer, maybe playing like some of the new Rockstar games that are out. So we see a little bit of the clip of San Andreas here. It supports that wonderfully. Or if you have a great mappings program that you're willing to use with this, a third-party one, maybe go for it. But otherwise, I think the FlyDigi Wii 2 is probably a similar quality. I've heard that the joysticks on that are great. It's collapsible, which I like still. You don't have to wear a case on the phone. Otherwise, if you're interested, look at that Wasp 2. That's another great option for you. But for the $100 that this one is, I'm just not sure Razer can ask that at this current time. Yeah, I'm going to go back to using my Wasp 2 pretty much exclusively, and I'll carry around my Red Knight for emulators. But yeah, it's just it's a product that just was kind of underthought, I think. So that's my review. If you liked it, go ahead and hit that thumbs button, and thanks for watching. Bye.